Oh, at the churchyard opposite the nave, them been busy with the friendly grave. Tooralai, it's for a dozen say. Oh, down there, Mark, there's another body dead. A winding street. Oh, no, where is it? Tooralai, Tooralai, Tooralai. A long time in the grave.
I assure you, Maud, you take after my side of the family. We had all the looks, if not the brains.
I should like to have a little of each, Lady Ilvery. Oh, how I wish you could stay longer. We so rarely have visitors at Knoll.
Being so much alone has made you too formal, child. I'm your father's cousin. After all, you must call me Cousin Julia. And how you have grown. Why, the last time I saw you, you were still in leading reins.
I don't remember.
And now you're quite grown up, although your poor father does not seem to realize it. Who makes your dresses, child?
The housekeeper.
I might have guessed. A girl who is a great heiress ought not to appear like a jack pudding.
Cousin Julia, I fear my father must seem somewhat neglectful. He is forbidding at times.
That is a trait of all the Ruthens. Long ago it did our family name great harm.
Do you mean my Uncle Silas?
My dear, why should you think that?
Because there has always been some mystery. Although my uncle's portrait hangs in the library, I have never seen him, and my father will not speak of him.
Then no more shall I, my dear. Such old sad grudges are best forgotten.
Cousin Julia has left, sir. Father? Why have I never seen my Uncle Silas?
My dear child, why do you suddenly ask about your unfortunate uncle?
It was something Cousin Julia said.
Cousin Julia is a rattle against which one must sometimes shut one's ears.
Oh, I meant no harm, sir. In his portrait, Uncle Silas looks so handsome and so clever.
So he was, my child, so he was. 30 years ago, my brother had a brilliant future before him. But alas, it came to nothing.
Why was that?
Maud, your Uncle Silas is a man of great talents, great faults, and has suffered great wrongs. His wrongs he resents, I believe, less than I do, but they are deep.
Then I am truly sorry for him.
You do well to say so, my child. One day you shall know him and understand him too, and how terribly villains have injured him.
Sir, I am nearly grown up now. Will you not tell me the truth?
The truth? I wish the whole world knew it and would believe it. My dear, you are right to remind me that you're no longer a child. Your life is only just beginning, while mine is drawing to its end. Maud, one day, quite soon perhaps, I shall be obliged to set out on a journey.
Shall you be away long? I do not like to be left all alone.
As time runs, it will not be very long. And I promise that you shall not be left all alone. I'm making certain arrangements. Dearest child, you will still be loved, cared for, and happy.
No, Father. I shall not let you go. I love you far too much.
This summons is one I cannot well refuse. Now, my dear, run along to your governess.
Madame?
Ah, so, there you are, sacré monstre. Everywhere I have searched for you. It is past the hour for your lesson.
Madame de la Rougère, I am the culprit. I apologize. I detained Miss Maud on a private family matter. She's at your disposal now.
Ah, then I must excuse. Naturellement, ma chère, you obey your so kind papa. You are forgive, ma petite. Alors, this afternoon, we forget our so boring lesson and make ourselves une petite promenade. You will like that, dear child?
If you wish, Madame.
Mais certainement, I do so wish. Alors, vite, vite. Go, fetch your coat and bonnet. Maud, dear, your papa is old man to have so young child as you. Have he make his will? Every man so rich must make his will.
I do not know, madame. Let us talk of something else.
Ah, little goose! To speak of his will cannot kill Monsieur Revin. If he make no will, you may lose much when he die.
Whatever my father has done will be for the best.
But he is old and sick. Come, put it your tête. You know. Tell me, or I break your finger.
No, madame, you're hurting.
Tell!
I don't know.
Aldo, what for you cry? Blow it and kiss it better. Come along.
No, madame. I don't want to go down there. It leads to the graveyard.
Allo, you will do as I say. Ah, voilà. J'ai mal à l'estomac. Time for my medicine. Pauvre madame. Nobody care. Nobody care.
Please, madame, I would like to go back.
You're afraid because your poor maman is buried here? Oh, afraid of your poor maman. Honte. See how many gravestones? 100? 200? Don't you love the dead child? I like very much the company of the dead ones.
You are trying to frighten me.
I am Madame la Morgue. Come. I will present my friends, Monsieur Cadavre and Monsieur Squelette. You shall see me die here today, a little time, and be among them. Come, ma petite Avril, let us waltz together. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Petite dure tête, stupide. Madame will catch you! Madame will catch you!
Whoa there! Whoa!
Sir, please be good enough to let me pass.
Miss, I rather think you knocked one of my gloves out of my hand. Did you notice where it fell?
No, sir. If you please,
You wouldn't be standing on my glove, would you?
I think you can see, sir, I am not.
Well, let's have a look.
Sir, you are impertinent.
Oh, my God, you were right, you old witch. The girl's got spirit, all right. And what's more, she's a real little beauty. I've got to have her. Do you hear? I've got to.
So you shall, mon ami. So you shall. But you must have patience.
Madame de la Rougière shall be instructed not to take you so far from the house again. I have also given the gamekeepers orders to look out for the man who insulted you.
Allow me to say, sir, that I find Madame very strange.
My child, beware of prejudice. Maud, this is Dr. Brierley from London.
How do you do, sir?
As God wills, Miss Maud. Well enough.
My dear, Dr. Brierley is a doctor of law. He is also an old and respected friend. You must trust him as you would myself.
Of course, sir.
You asked me the other day, my dear, about my brother Silas.
Yes, sir.
Since I have no wish for you to indulge in gossip with the servants, or indeed with Lady Ilbury, I have decided to tell you something of your uncle's sad story. Your Uncle Silas lies under an intolerable slander. I do not correspond with him, scarcely sympathize. He has brought so much upon himself. He has gone his own way, riotous living, a disastrous marriage. A sad and dismal shoal he has drifted on. But the character and influence of an ancient family is a sacred heritage. Woe to him who suffers it to perish. Maud. Maud, you are a Ruthin. You bear an honored name. Would you not make some sacrifice to restore the honor of your family?
Yes, indeed.
It may cost you something, but will you take that risk?
You know, sir, I would do anything you bid me.
Well said, my child. Riley, you are our witness. Together we will leave one proof on record which shall convince the slanderous world at last. Good night, my child.
Father.
I have some urgent business with Dr. Brierley.
Good night, sir. Good night, Dr. Brierley.
Brierley, tell me, do you think that the child will understand?
I do not know your daughter, Mr. Ruthin, but I am disposed to doubt it.
You do not agree with my decision?
Sir, as your legal advisor, it behoves me simply to carry out your instructions.
That is no answer to my question.
Is Miss Maud aware of the full history of her Uncle Silas?
No, sir, she is not.
Then ought she not now to be told?
Told? Told what? The lies, the rumors, the calumnies? What more is there to tell?
And you would risk your daughter's happiness in order to restore his good name?
I was unjust to my brother Silas. I might have done more to right a great wrong. I must still attempt it, even from beyond the grave.
The last will and testament of Austin Elm Rubin. Ah! Petite espionne! Madame will punish you to follow her!
Woman, what are you at?
Oh, monsieur, how you startle me.
No doubt you do, madame. What are you doing here?
Monsieur Rubin, I can explain.
There can be no excuse, no explanation.
Oh, quel scandale! I am insult! Monsieur, I hear one noise, I look, the bureau is open, I seize the poor Miss Maud. I think I have surprised a burglar.
Then what are you doing with this? What interest has my will to you?
Nothing to me, monsieur. Nothing at all.
You will pack your baggage at once and go.
Alors, sur le bon Dieu, punish the calomniateur of an innocent female.
Woman, you will leave this house at once.
Avec grand plaisir, Ali. I not wish to stay in this sodal house with such stupid person. You, petite menteuse, liar, I know you. You follow me, spy on me, but I may promise that one day you shall be sorry. Madame will catch you in the end!
Brierley, for God's sake, the will.
It's all in order, sir.
Oh, Brierley.
I simply cannot abide this wretched affectation of darkness. Funerals are dreadful enough as it is, without the living being condemned to a Stygian gloom. Now, my dear, I want you to come back with me to Elverston. Later, you shall go to London to be presented at court.
Lady Ilbury, it's most urgent that I speak with you.
Then I will leave you.
No, Miss Ruthin, the matter concerns you. Since Mr. Silas Ruthin is too unwell to be present, there seems no good reason to delay in telling you the provisions of the will. I shall, of course, read it officially later in the day.
Very well, Dr. Brierley. Proceed. But pray spare us the attorney's jargon and give us the gist in honest English.
That is my intention, ma'am. The provisions are, for the most part, straightforward enough. Miss Ruthin, on her attaining the age of 21, inherits the entire estate, subject to bequests of £15,000 to Mr. Silas Ruthin and £3,000 each to his 2 children. You, Lady Ilbury, are appointed a trustee, as am I.
That is very well. Child, with your pretty face, good family, and great fortune, you will captivate all London.
However, there is a codicil.
To what effect?
Mr. Silas Ruthin is to be Miss Maud's legal guardian, with full parental authority, until either she reaches the age of 21 or marries with her guardian's consent.
But...
Mr. Ruthin also receives a sum of £2,000 per annum for Miss Ruthin's upkeep.
I do not quite understand.
During her minority, Miss Maud must reside at her uncle's house at Bartram Heath.
Silas? That is out of the question.
It was my father's wish.
My dear Bartram is a ruin miles from anywhere. Silas Ruthin is old, sick, disgraced. No one will visit there. Nor are there any fit companions for a young lady of family.
There must be my cousins.
Oh. Besides, there are other objections.
What, Cousin Julia? What objections?
It's bound to come out sooner or later, ma'am.
I agree. Maud, long ago, a man was found dead in that house.
A moneylender, a gambler named Chark. He died in a locked room with the windows sealed. The verdict was suicide.
Nevertheless, there was plenty of gossip. Unfortunately, Silas owed the man a great deal of money. Suddenly, all his debts were wiped out.
Do you mean my uncle was believed capable of murder?
That was the whisper.
How wicked! Cousin Julia, surely you do not believe such a terrible story?
I never have, and I never will. Any more than did your father.
Of course, in the event of Miss Ruthin's death, the entire estate would pass to the next of kin.
Silas.
Which would place your guardian in an invidious position.
Dr. Brierley, we must contest the will.
Perfectly legal and enforceable.
It is perfectly cruel and unreasonable.
I dare say it might be possible to have the will set aside if both parties are willing.
But I am not willing. Dr. Brierley, Cousin Julia, I promised my dear father I would obey his dying wish. I shall go to my Uncle Silas tonight.
Hurry up and open the door, Dad! Do steer! And get the trunks and boxes took down! Never do not without driving. You must be my cousin Maud. Oh! Oh, you're tired a bit, I warrant.
How do you do, Millicent? Is your father in a fit state to receive us?
Well, he's just taken his medicine, do you see, Mum, and
He's still in the habit of taking draughts of laudanum.
Oh, bless you, Mum, he's seldom without it.
Welcome, niece. Welcome to Bartram Hall. Dear bereaved child, I can behold my dear brother reflected in your eyes, much as he looked when he was your age. He has outsoared the shadow of our night, envy and calumny and hate and pain and that unrest which men miscall delight can touch him not, and torture not again. But who is this? It cannot surely be Lady Ilbury, for she swore never to enter my house again.
You know perfectly well who I am, Silas.
Cousin Julia, I fear you find me old, ill, weary of the world, and long neglected by my friends. But to what do I owe the honor of this visit?
Silas, I have an obligation to my young cousin Maud. Her introduction into good society, and those matters on which a female relative can best advise.
Ma'am, you are under no such obligation. I am my niece's legal guardian. You are not.
Not in law, perhaps, but certainly under the ties of kinship and affection. So for her sake, let us forgive and forget the past.
I have forgiven you long ago, Julia, with all my heart. Yet there are things that ought not to be forgiven. My children ruined through lack of education, society. Regard Miss Hoyden there. Yet I forgive you.
You have nothing to forgive save your own imaginings. I never believed those slanders.
But you repeated them. Doubtless it was your female instinct, Julia. Man is an imitative animal, and woman even more so. The great folk ostracized me. The smaller followed like turkeys in a flock, gobbling, pecking, scratching.
Silas, I did not come here to quarrel with you.
Yet you seem intent on provoking me.
That people gossiped, as you know quite well, was no fault of mine. I have always protested your innocence.
On the contrary, it is common practice to deny a rumor so as to draw attention to it.
Silas, have done with ironies and covert taunts.
You see, children, you see how Lady Ilbury forgets and forgives the past. You shame me before my niece. You create the image of a monster out of a ruined, sick, and aged penitent. No, Lady Ilbury, enough. Take your way back to Elveston, to London, to the great world. Leave us, I beseech you, in peace and simple amity, as my dear brother would have wished.
Your brother?
Lady Ilbury, not another word. Leave this house.
My dear, I shall write and call to see you often. Elveston is only a few miles. God keep you, child.
Millicent, you will show Lady Ilbury to the door. Maud, you will remain here.
Uncle, may I not?
No, you may not. My dear child, I am your father now. To be loved, respected, and obeyed. Obeyed without question. Is not that so, Maud?
I believe that was my father's intention, sir, and I shall respect it.
Then let us pray together for the repose of his soul. man that is born of woman is of few hours and full of trouble. He cometh forth like a flower and is cut down.
Oh, Cousin Maud, I'm so happy you've come to live at Bartram. I've been very lonely living in this great empty house, with no friends, nobody even to talk to.
Except my Uncle Silas.
Oh, the governor doesn't talk. Only when he teases me and makes me cry.
Well, then you ought to try to talk to him, Milly dear.
But that would be a terrible liberty. I'm very much afraid of the governor.
Really, Milly, you do exaggerate so. I don't know what to think.
Where shall we go now? Wherever you like.
From my bedroom window, I can see a village.
Oh, that'll be Feltram. But we're not supposed to go there.
Milly, what's that tower?
Oh, it's never used. The governor keeps it locked up.
Why is that, do you suppose? All those windows, like blind eyes.
I'm sure I don't know. Oh, come along, cousin, do. I want to show you Windmill Wood. It's a rare place for blackberries and hide and seek.
Meg? Is somebody coming?
Nobody's matters. Tom!
Hey there, miss. You can't come through here.
Is this not part of Mr. Silas Ruthin's estate?
It be that.
Meg, this is my cousin, Miss Rutherland Hole.
Be all the same as she'd be the Queen of England. She don't go by when Mr. Silas says no.
I'm sure there must be some mistake. I will speak to my uncle. After all, we are not prisoners.
Get thee back. So ye thinks ye can go where ye likes, eh? But you'll not.
Stand out of my way, please.
No, no. Young madam. You get back where he come from. Go on now.
It's Oaks, the keeper. He's touched in the head. Don't cross him.
And if he knows what's good for ye, he'll keep you on the side of the fence. Ye besom. Ye'd have let him through. I tell thee, I warn thee.
Stop that at once!
She my daughter. You be off me see afore he gets the same. Dammy.
My uncle shall hear of this.
Mr. Silas? He won't take no notice of a bit of a girl.
Be that as it may, I shall not forget you. Your name is Hawkes, is it not?
Aye. What's that to you?
When I come of age, this property will belong to me. If I hear that you have ever raised a hand against your daughter, I shall see you lose your place. Now, Hawkes, be off with you.
I never see him put down like that afore, miss. Bless thee.
Remember, Meg, if ever he touches you again, you only have to tell me.
I'll not forget. But it were your Uncle Silas that gave the order. You're not to go outside at grounds.
Oh, my poor child, I assure you I gave no such instructions. You are free to go anywhere within reason.
Thank you, Uncle Silas.
Except, if you please, the village.
Oh?
Yes, yet I'm ashamed for the reason.
What is that, sir?
You are my niece. Do you know what that means, child? You will be stared at. You will progress through a sibilation of whispers, rumors, and lies. Now, do you understand?
My father hoped that my presence here would silence your enemies.
Oh, poor Austin. He was a saint. Alas, he knew little of the world, its cruelties and deceits. I have suffered them. I raged, impotent, and at last submitted meekly to indignity and injustice. Each night I pray that my beloved niece, who has become more than a daughter to me, will be spared that humiliation that has so long been mine.
Dear Uncle Silas.
Enough. Enough of the unhappy past. I have a surprise for you, and a pleasant one. My son, Dudley, has just returned from London. As fine a fellow as any father could wish. Naturally, since his father is made an outcast, he lacks instruction, manners, good society, but the material is there, my dear Maud. The material for a perfect English gentleman, as I'm sure you will readily agree. Maud, this is my son, your cousin, Dudley.
Cousin Maud?
How do you do? Well, sir, where's your gallantry? Kiss your cousin.
Sir, I have seen this gentleman before.
Indeed.
I encountered him one day at No.
I've never been there in my life.
That I am certain you have not, poor lad. My dear brother did not trouble me or mine with his hospitality.
Nevertheless, sir, I did see him.
Well, you're mistaken, Cousin Maud. I can swear I've never set eyes on you before. I'd surely remember.
Wicked shame.
What is, dear?
Dudley, he gets anything he likes out of Governor. I don't get a halfpenny.
He certainly seems my uncle's favourite. I cannot imagine why. You are far nicer.
Well, he won't stay long. As soon as he gets what he's come for, he'll be off.
And what has Dudley come for?
Oh, money, of course. When the governor's read him his usual lecture about gambling and drinking and wenching, he'll still give him his money, and it'll start all over again.
That's because Dudley is a perfect English gentleman.
You don't mean that.
I think Dudley Ruthven is the most intolerable bumpkin I've ever set eyes on.
Millie? Cousin Maud, good day to you.
Good day.
Wouldn't the governor give you any money?
It's not his money I'm after, it's mine. And he says that old fellow Brierley won't advance a penny till the old estate is settled, damn him. Well, I can't wait that long. The governor wants you, Millie.
To the phone.
How should I know? You better hurry up, he's in one of his moods. Go on, then. I'll take care of Cousin Maud.
That won't be necessary.
Now, Maud. There's no need to put on airs when we're alone, you know. I think you're about the prettiest girl I've ever seen.
I'm sure I'm not.
Oh, look, Maud. I know the way nice young ladies think they ought to behave. But I never met one that didn't love a compliment.
Indeed.
Maud, I like you a lot, honestly I do. Well, there. Well, now you've made me admit it. What more do you want?
Nothing, Cousin Dudley, nothing at all.
Don't pretend you're angry. You're not really. You're only doing it to tease me, Cousin Maud.
That will do.
Oh, come on. You could do a lot worse than marry me.
What? Marry you?
Well, why not? I'm not such a bad catch. I always says it myself.
Dudley Ruthven, I do not know whether you are drunk or have taken leave of your senses, nor do I care. But my uncle shall hear of this insult without delay.
Marry you? And is that all the substance of your complaint?
But surely it is enough. He must know I could not think of marrying him.
My child, you should consult your looking glass. There you will see that you yourself are to blame. The poor fellow is young, ignorant, and in love. We must not be too hard on a romantic young fool who talks according to his folly. And yet, is it such folly after? My dear Maud, it really strikes me that this subject may be worth a second thought.
But
No,
sir...
no. Do not refuse to hear me out. I fully realize you fancy you dislike him now. But Dudley has many admirable qualities, my dear. Looks, courage, honor, and not least the Ruthin blood, which is the purest, I maintain, in all England.
No, Uncle Silas, forgive me, but I could never marry Dudley.
Well, if you refuse, there's an end of it. The poor boy will, of course, have to leave home and never see his sorrowing father more. Maud, I beg you to consider.
Uncle
No,
Silas.
no, do not answer now. In a week or so, I will ask you for your decision. But remember, my child, your refusal will condemn us both.
I'm here, Millie! Cousin Maud! If the governor catches us here, I don't know what he'll do.
He wants me to marry Dudley.
Dudley?
Why? Why should he think I could ever marry Dudley? Come on.
We shouldn't go any further.
Does this lead to the tower?
Yes. But there's nothing to see, it's all locked up.
Let's see.
Oh, Maud, come back.
What are you afraid of, Millie?
I'm not afraid.
Well, come on then.
Look. What? The door to the tower. It's open. It's always kept locked. Maud! Please, Cousin Maud, don't go up there!
Is it chalk? I'm going up.
Maud!
Look. These must be the windows we saw from across the lake.
Yes, that's right.
Ooh, what an awful place. Millie, can you hear it?
Hear what?
The silence. It's quite terrifying. Look, isn't that a blood stain?
Oh, no, Maud, you shouldn't say such things.
Can't you just see it all? Poor man Chark's body lying there on the bed. And poor Uncle Silas standing there innocent, yet accused.
Oh, please, Cousin Maud, come away. I'm frightened. Please come down. What's that? I didn't see anything.
That face. Oof. This place is haunted. Take me away from here, Millie. Take me away.
Where are you going, Miss Maud?
To see my uncle.
Oh, you'll not see the governor today.
Why not?
Oh, he's not himself, that's why not.
Do you mean he's ill?
You could put it that way. Sometimes he shuts himself up in there for days on end. It's the laudanum, I expect.
Then we should get a doctor.
Oh, there's not much a doctor can do for him. When are you going to say you'll marry me, Miss Maud?
Never. Millie, your father's ill.
Maudie's going to send me away.
Whatever are you talking about?
He knew. He knew we'd been to that room. He didn't say anything, but he knew all right. He always knows everything. I've never seen him in such a rage.
But how could he have known? Unless...
Now I'm to go to France.
France?
To school, Maud, to convent. I've never been away from home before, and you're the first friend I've ever had, and I love you, Maud. And I'm to be taken away from you.
Perhaps it is for the best, Millie. You'll soon make new friends.
But what about you, Maud? You'll be quite alone here.
Miss Maud! Me dad's about. Keep down low and he'll not see.
Will you do something for me?
Anything I can for you, miss.
I want you to take a letter to Lady Ilbury. It's only a few miles.
I daresn't leave here. You've been crying, miss. What's that old devil been doing to you?
It's Millie. She's being sent away. And my uncle wants me to marry Dudley.
Master Dudley? You want no truck with him. He's bad for all his fine talk. You give me that letter.
Then you'll take it.
Tom Bryce will.
Can we trust him?
Tom? He's my intended. Tom will do anything for me. Lady Ilbury will get your letter, have no fear.
Darling Millie, Maud, why has there been no word from Lady Ilbury?
Well, perhaps she's away in London or unwell. I'm sure that as soon as she and Dr. Briley know what has happened, they will help us.
Miss Millie, we're ready.
Tom, did you take the letter?
Master's orders, miss. I'm to drive you to the railway station where there's a lady waiting to take you to France.
Tom, Since there is no help for it, go quickly, dear. Goodbye.
Maud.
I have been writing to your trustee, Dr. Briley, my dear. I venture to say that you have found me kind, considerate, indulgent even, may I say so?
Yes, indeed.
I told him that you enjoyed our simple way of living here. Is that right?
Yes, of course.
In fact, that you had nothing against your poor uncle except his poverty, which you forgave. I think I said truth, did I not, dear Maud?
Certainly.
Then how do you account for this, young hypocrite? Explain this farrago of slander that you bribed my servant to place into the hands of my kinswoman, Lady Ilbury.
How did you get this?
Fortunately, amongst the lower orders, at least, there are still some vestiges of loyalty. Do you deny writing to Lady Ilbury?
No.
in spite of my having forbidden any communication with that malicious female. You lament the departure of Millicent, as do I. You paint a very sorry picture of loneliness and neglect. A picture that her ladyship will embroider with relish.
Now that Millie has gone, I have no companion left.
Furthermore, I find particularly cruel your opinion of a young man whose only fault is that he loves you.
Uncle Silas, you must know I will never agree to marry Dudley. I would sooner die.
Let us have no more melodramatics. Maud, you will go to your room. You will remain there until you recover your manners and learn what is best for you.
No one at this time of night. Come ye back.
Giles, what is this intolerable altercation?
Are you one Silas Ruthin?
No, fellow, I am not one Silas Ruthin. I am Silas Aylmer Ruthin of Bartramhoff, Esquire, one of His late Majesty's Justices of the Peace.
Sir, I meant no disrespect. It's merely a manner of speaking. I'm told to give you this, sir.
A writ. I do not receive it.
Well, you have, sir, as the law requires it. Good day, sir.
So now, at the end, when all my problems are solved, my creditors lose all.
What's this?
This house you cannot touch. Not the sour lands, nor the dying trees, not even that table, nor that chair. They are not mine.
Well, then whose are they?
They belong to my niece, who is about to marry my son. Ample time for reflection, surely. Time to induce a change of heart.
No, Uncle Silas, I shall never change my mind.
And fortune has done her worst. I am quite desperate, Maud. My house in ruins, my estate neglected, the whole world against me. Yet this old hectic, this epileptic, this ancient spectre of wrongs and calumnies and follies had still one hope. His son. And you, Maud.
No.
Maud, I am a suppliant. Must I kneel to you?
Uncle Silas, I cannot. I must say no. I must. You cannot stop me.
Some lunatic has invaded us.
Oh, you genocide! Where is she? You big boy! Where is she?
What is this? Who is this person?
I want to see Miss Ruthin.
I am Miss Ruthin. Who are you?
Oh, you'll find out soon enough. I know all about you. It's the talk of every pothouse. But you won't get him. Oh, no, that you won't.
Giles, fetch Bryce and Hawks and have this female removed.
Female? Don't you call me names? Female, indeed. I'll have you know, I'm his legal married wife. In church and all. There you are. You just read that.
Fuck. It stinks of stale beer and tobacco.
Listen, Miss, would you not come out?
You read this, Maud. I cannot.
Marriage. On Tuesday, August the 17th, 1843, at Leatherwig, by the Reverend Arthur Hughes.
Go on. Go on.
Dudley Aylmer Ruthin, only son and heir of Silas Ruthin, Esquire of Bartramhoff, to Sarah Matilda, daughter of John Mangles.
Mangles. And you, I presume, are that young person?
Oh, yes, sir, if it please you, sir.
Please me? No, madam, no, it does not please me at all. Giles, Mr. Dudley is in the house. Fetch him. Am I to understand that you seriously claim to have married my son?
I'm his wife, right enough. Only done above board in the church in front of witnesses.
Close all this caterwauling. Oh, my God.
Dudley,
Dearest, you tell them. Tell them I'm your wife. They don't believe me.
Well, sir, well, tell us, are you married to this person?
In a way.
Are you or are you not? Yes or no?
Well, I suppose I am. Yes, I am.
There, I told you.
You shut your mouth, Sarah. You tricked me into this marriage. Now you got me. There's an end on it.
Admirably put, Dudley. You make a very pretty pair. I congratulate you on your selection of a bride as vulgar, stupid, and penniless as yourself.
Well, I want the first in the family to marry beneath me.
You scoundrel, I will
You
not
don't try that with me, old fellow. I'll not bear that even from you.
Stick to your wicked tongue. Then, if I may speak, with your kind permission, since I do not recollect the name of Mangles amongst the ancient families of England, I can only suppose that you have chosen your bride for her hidden charms and graces.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Dudley, you are too lazy to be a gamekeeper, and you could hardly keep a tavern. I fear there is nothing for you but the colonies.
Are you kicking us out, then?
You will spare me that embarrassment by leaving within the hour and taking Mrs. Dudley Ruthven with you! You old devil!
Come on, you poor fool. You've done for us here.
Villain! The vulgar, contemptible villain! You did quite right to despise him, Maud. Oh, the fool! I shall recover from this.
Oh, poor Uncle Silas. Is there nothing I can do? They say I am to be rich.
That is very noble of you, Maud. Nay, it is angelic. I cannot accept your offer, but in your compassion there is balm enough. My ministering angel. Now, we must think very hard what will have to be done.
Miss Maud! Quelle surprise, hein? Oh, she cannot speak. She have such joy to see Madame again. N'est-ce pas, ma petite babouine?
Madame de la Roche, how long have you been here at Bartram?
2 weeks, maybe 3.
So it was you I saw. I cannot imagine why you should conceal yourself.
I have not concealed myself, mademoiselle. I have acted precisely as I have been ordered by your uncle. He's afraid to be interrupted by his creditors. Alors, everything has to be done very quietly. Dear little Maud, I am so happy to see you again.
You know you are nothing of the kind, madame. You hate me.
Hate? Oh, what great ugly word is hate. Pauvre madame, she never hate no one. She love her friends, and her enemies she leave to le bon Dieu. And they die, as you well know.
Madame, do not blaspheme. My father discovered your true character and dismissed you. I am sure my uncle will do the same when he knows.
Petite menteuse, liar!
You know it is true, madame. I have learned a lot of things since you first persecuted me at Knoll. I intend to tell my uncle the truth about you.
Ouhou! And la pauvre madame, la gouvernante, la servante. She will come too, very afraid, very, very humble.
My dear, I hardly know what to believe. This lady has the very highest references.
But, Uncle, she was caught breaking into my father's desk. I saw her.
You put me in somewhat of a quandary, my dear. When I received that highly impertinent letter from Dr. Brierley inquiring into your education, it seemed to me that the wisest course might be to allow you to join Millie.
Join Millie? In France?
What do you say to that, my dear?
But what has my going to France to do with Madame de la Rougier?
She is the lady who is to escort you there.
Oh, Uncle! Do not ask me to travel with her.
Only for a few days, my dear, until you reach Paris. I will follow myself as soon as possible when I have satisfied my creditors. Meantime, bear with Madame. And take every opportunity to talk as much French as possible. You will not find many people who speak English when you reach your journey's end.
Come, dear child.
Fair stands the wind for France. Farewell, dear niece. Godspeed.
Goodbye, Uncle.
The whole world know how Silas Ruthin is most honorable in the execution of his duty towards his beloved niece.
Maud, are you ever grateful?
I hope so, madame.
Tell me, ma petite, you like so much to go to France?
It is what my uncle feels is for the best.
Would you not prefer if I bring you instead to Lady Ilbury and place you in her charge?
That is impossible without my uncle's consent.
Oh, he will never consent, child. But I am very interested for you. If we go to Lady Ilbury, what will you then do for Madame?
Do you imply, madame, that my guardian is not to be trusted?
What a clever little thing you are.
Thank you, madame.
There. Drink, dear child. To travel, it always makes one to have the thirst.
Where are we going?
To Douvres, of course, dear child. Then across the sea to France.
France. Of course, France.
Wake up, Miss Maud. We arrive.
Where are we?
Little Goose. In Dover, of course.
What is this place?
The hotel. Come.
But there is nobody about.
It's late. Allons, ma chère. I know the way. Here is your bedroom, dear child. You must rest after your so tiring journey.
Madame,
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a?
this isn't a hotel. I'm not in Dover. I'm back at the bathroom. This is the room where Chalk died. Why have you brought me here?
Patience, Maud. In so little time, you will learn everything.
My journey from here was a deception. I was seen to leave. No one saw my return. You mean to murder me?
I will bring the supper.
No!
Je reviens tout de suite.
Madame! Madame! They are digging my grave.
You will follow my instructions, Dudley, or lose your inheritance.
She'll not cry out, will she? I'll not go through with it if she screams.
I promise you, when the girl has drunk this, she will sleep most soundly and never wake again.
Meg! Help me!
Meg? Meg! Oh, Meg! Come back! Come back! Meg!
Come along, dear child, and eat your supper.
No.
But you have eaten nothing all day.
I cannot eat anything.
Allons, petite Maud, try. Just a little. Non? Eh bien, tant mieux pour moi. All the better for me. I have great hunger, great thirst.
Madame de la Rougière, help me, I beg you. Help me to escape from here.
Pourquoi, petite menteuse?
Only unlock the door. I will find my way to Lady Ilbury. She will reward you.
But, ma chère, you do not understand. I have pleasure to watch you suffer.
You cannot be so cruel.
No. Have you forgot how you hunt me from your house like a dog? Maintenant, petite traîtresse, it is your turn to suffer.
It is time. Come, Dudley. Dudley, is it done? She screamed. You damnable old liar. I told you I'd never do it. She'd screamed. Nevertheless, Dudley, you have done it. You have murdered your cousin. I could have loved her if she had let me. Miserable self-pity. You will be the gainer. I have not long to live. You will enjoy your inheritance. I'll not touch it. I'll have my hand off first. I'm going. You will stay here and help Hawks to bury the body. Then you may go to the devil. I never want to see your face again. You ruined my life. I'll leave the way I come in. The way you left the night you murdered Shark. Dudley! I command you, come back here. You'll never see my face again. Come back. My son! Frenchwoman. Then the brat is still alive. She must be caught, or everything is lost. Hawks! 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 Don't murder you, miss. Meg's gone for help. I'll hold him back if need be.
Drive on. Go on. Who are you, sir, that dares intrude upon me? I do not know you, sir.
But you shall know me, Silas Ruthin. You shall know me.
I believe I recognize you now. Dark clothes, dark eyes, dark visage. You are the harbinger of death.
Of justice, Silas Ruthin.
Are not the ways of Providence inscrutable? I kept aloof from the world. I asked little from my fellow men. Respect and peace for my remaining years. But now my son lies dead. My ruin is complete. My enemies have triumphed. I have drunk the bitter cup